16 personalities, as Shakespeare quotes. ESTPs. Action is eloquence. To follow that up with a wordy explanation would be quite ironic. ISTPs. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done. For ISTPs, situations without solutions shouldn't be thought about. What happened, happened, and no one can change that. Be pragmatic, rational, and clear-headed, and move on to something that you can impact and affect. INFJs. The robbed that smiles steals something from the thief. INFJs, at their best, are able to play a deeper game than is obvious. For example, often realizing that there is more power in forgiveness than vengeance, and that to gain symbolically sometimes can far outweigh conventional and literal losses. ENFJ. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man, in his time, plays many parts. ENFJs are a type who are many things to many people, adopting the facet of them that best suits the situation. In that sense, they have many people within them, like a one-person play unto themselves. This allows them to move seamlessly between groups that have little to nothing in common, and is a strength that underlies their power to unify. ENTPs. The devil can cite scripture for his purposes. This one stood out to me for ENTPs because it's a tricky, clever, and slightly devious idea. One that takes something sacred and subversively shows a different side or angle to it, and also shows the sometimes devilish power of words. INTPs. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Despite younger INTPs potentially making this exact mistake themselves, ultimately INTPs have a disdain for people who are too sure of themselves, and live without the requisite respect for self-awareness when it comes to both how little we know and how hard it is to know anything for sure. ISFJs. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. ISFJs have a grounded wisdom, one that sees things clearly, and cuts through the many philosophical, existential, and theoretical quandaries that people can overthink themselves into. ESFJs. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. The people-centric openness and good nature of ESFJs is highly evident and quite contagious, but this shouldn't be confused with naivety when it comes to people. ESFJs are shrewd judges of character, and getting into their inner circle is not an easy task. ENTJs. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. ENTJs are calibrated to be hierarchy ascending machines. Although the methods may vary, the result is usually the same. They are never the types to shy away from chasing achievement, success, or yes, greatness too. INTJs. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. INTJs are exponents of independence and agency. If you have a problem, solve it. If you have a goal, go for it. Don't put your fate in anyone else's hands. ISFPs. This above all, to thine own self be true. Few types, if any, can match the ISFP's impulse to live authentic lives. Although this is a valued notion by lots of types, ISFPs are willing to take decisive and immediate action to live in line with their beliefs, principles, and values. They'll fight for those things any place, any time. ESFPs. Our doubts are traitors, and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. ESFPs are at their best when being bold, brash, and bullish, acting without second-guessing or doubting themselves. ESFPs instinctively know that all the things we want in life are on the other side of fear, the antidote to which is action. ENFPs. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. ENFPs possess a transformative, ever-optimistic, and ideational nature. Being chained to what is, especially as it relates to themselves, is not something they're going to accept. What's particularly enigmatic about ENFPs is their ability to maintain that thread of authenticity throughout their changing self. INFPs. He jests at scars that never felt a wound. I think empathy is the trait that characterizes INFPs, perhaps above all else. It underlies so much of their mindset and their skill set. Their creative capability, imaginative leaps, and understanding of people are all hoisted up on the scaffolding of empathy. ISTJs. Wisely and slow. They stumble that run fast. ISTJs often succeed by making less mistakes than other people, whereas others might, in their bold moves, rise quickly. They can fall with a similar speed. The steadiness of ISTJs means that every victory is solidified, and makes them that much stronger as a result. ESTJs. Be great in act, as you have been in thought. ESTJs display an astonishing balance between quality of thought and quality of action. They'll rarely fall victim to analysis paralysis, and similarly will rarely act thoughtlessly or without a plan of attack. The Love Who YouTube channel also has a Discord server. We're always looking for a wider variety of people and types to join. Feel free to join us on there should you wish.